You're watching Cobb County's Government Access Channel, TV 23.
Welcome to the Library Show. I'm Julia. On today's episode, you'll hear about fall books and some great resources and programs happening at the library. But first up, we have a special guest, Linda Hoynes from the Cobb Library Foundation. Welcome to the show, Linda.
Absolutely. It's great to be here.
Yeah, thanks so much. So you are here today to tell us all about what's going on with the Cobb Library Foundation.
Absolutely. We have a lot going on to help our libraries, help our community. The foundation is the nonprofit that assists the library system, and the way we do that is fundraising so that we can give back digital books, iPad resources, better web resources, also books. And some days you will walk into a library, check out a book, and all of a sudden you open it up and it says, oh, Cobb Library Foundation. Those are the books that we have helped put in the libraries with our funds that we've raised.
That's awesome. So how do you get the funds to purchase all those awesome items?
We do great events.
Yes.
We have coming up Stuart Woods.
Stuart Woods.
We have a almost sold out gala, and it is in October 17th, and it's booked for the evening. It's a night of mystery with Mr. Woods, and he will be there signing and talking about his characters, his books. He does a conversation type talk.
Oh.
He doesn't have a panned talk, so he will answer questions, and if anyone has a true Stuart Woods fan that may have a question that is out of the world and maybe a little far-fetched, those are what we're looking for.
Oh, really?
So email that
exciting.
in.
Okay.
And you can do that at the Cobb Library Foundation.org.
Awesome. So for true Stuart Woods fans, this is a great opportunity to meet him, to talk to him about his books, but it's also a great way to support the libraries and what it is that we're doing and what it is that you're doing at the foundation.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
So that's October 17th, and that is at the Marietta Country Club. So black tie, casual, what is the dress code?
It is a Thursday evening,
Okay.
so it's a dressy business attire affair.
Okay.
So no, you can wear sequins, Julie, if
Yeah,
you're true.
you know, I feel like I need to. If you say gala, I feel like I need to wear sequins.
And that's okay. We don't discriminate.
Okay, good. So now if people can't make it on October 17th, you do have other opportunities for people to support you, other events, right?
We do a book for lunch series. Those are lunches during the week. We have November 20th. It's the Atlanta Country Club is Ann B. Ross.
Okay.
Miss Julia author. So there are a lot of people that are, huge Miss Julia fans. And she is not quite Miss Julia, but we're not really sure. Miss Ross. So we'll know if they're kind of a true story or not.
A little biographical.
It could very well be. So those are $30, very reasonable. You get a great lunch, great time, and we do have door prizes and raffles.
Oh, that's right. Yes, and actually, I have to say, I have been to one of your Book for Lunch events. It was so much fun. I loved hearing from the author. She had great stories to tell, really enlightening as far as how she developed her characters and that kind of thing. But then the door prizes, I have to say, were very awesome. And
we
I was
have great.
disappointed
And
I didn't
I
win
think
them,
Susan Kendall from
Yes.
Vinings.
Yes, of Vinings fame. She did win something.
She did win something at the yesterday's luncheon. So. Even librarians get
That's right.
it's amazing. It's amazing the prizes we get and give away. So we have a good time. Starting in January, we'll start a whole new series.
Okay.
Those will all be loaded up on the website here soon.
And that's CobbLibraryFoundation.org.
Correct.
Okay.
And that is a great place to see exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it. We also have the Love the Library campaign, which hopefully you've seen and everyone has seen in their libraries lately. And they're the little hearts and stickers. And that is doing really well. And we're really proud of our libraries and how they're helping us put those stickers up and making sure those people that truly love their library prove it.
Yeah. And you have T-shirts that people can purchase, bags, bumper stickers.
The
so many different
magnets
things.
are great,
Magnets.
and those go anywhere. You know, the magnets can be in your office or they can be on your car. I like seeing them on the car because then I know who really is a library fan.
Right, you can show your support
And
for
I can
library
honk
anyway.
at 'em.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so big projects that you guys have funded. I do want to talk about that. You help support the summer reading program, the literacy stations that people see in the libraries. So books, digital resources, things for kids, so many great projects. And you've got a lot of great companies behind you,
We have
great
great companies.
sponsors. Now, if people are interested in being a sponsor for any of your events, they can contact you for that as well, right?
Absolutely, and you'll be able to see in the libraries here soon those companies that are supporting literacy in Cobb. So when you see those companies' names, let them know that you do help. We're happy you help support our libraries, and it's important because they have committed their funding to literacy in Cobb, and that is they're in Cobb, they're supporting Cobb literacy.
Absolutely, homegrown
From the
effort. So.
I call it from the cradle to the grave. Where the library is one of the few resources that hits everybody.
It's true. We do have something for everyone, and we talk about that a lot on the show. Okay, so if people want to learn more, they can visit your website. They can also visit your Facebook page. You've got a lot of information there. Shoot you an email at cobblibraryfoundation@cobbcat.org. So a lot of information out there, and support your libraries, right? Yeah.
We hope.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here
Absolutely. Had a great time.
today. Okay.
Thank you.
There's more of the library show coming up after this. Stick around.
So what you want to do is, have you already enrolled? You're 25.
What did that just do?
Select the drop-down menu again. To the site you're already enrolled. Example here, so don't panic. You're ready to make your payment. Submit. There it is.
Oh my God! I really can't believe it.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Beth.
The weather's starting to cool off and the leaves are starting to change color, so it must be fall.
That's right. So we've brought our favorite fall books to share with you today. My first book is called Fall is Not Easy, and it was written and illustrated by Marty Kelly. According to the tree in this book, winter, spring, and summer are easy, but fall is not. Instead of turning normal autumnal colors like red and orange, this tree's leaves change into wild patterns in a veritable rainbow of colors. Indulge your dendrological schadenfreude with this hilarious book.
My first book is Fall Mixed Up by Bob Raska. This book has all of my favorite fall things, especially pumpkins and candy corn, but everything's a little mixed up, like the page that says, apples turn orange, pumpkins turn red, leaves fall up into blue skies overhead. It's almost right, but not quite. I think after you read this book, you'll love to go back through and find everything that's mixed up.
This book is called Animals in Fall, and it was written by Martha E.H. Rustad. This is a non-fiction book with lots of interesting facts about what various animals, such as bears and butterflies, do in the fall. For example, can you name an animal that actually changes color in the fall? You can if you read this book. The text is short and simple enough for beginning readers or to read to younger kids, but my favorite part is the big, colorful photographs of all the animals.
My next book is Fletcher and the Falling Leaves by Julia Rawlinson. In this book, Fletcher, our little fox, is getting worried because he's noticing the leaves are falling off the trees, and he thinks it's because the trees are sick. He tries everything he can think of to put the leaves back on the trees, but nothing works. Just when he's about to give up hope, something happens, and Fletcher realizes that maybe the trees aren't sick after all.
This next book is another nonfiction book from the section with all sorts of arts and crafts books, and it's called Look What I Did with a Leaf by Mortiza E. Sohi. Did you know that there are all sorts of cool art projects you can make with leaves? This book will teach you how to turn leaves into gorgeous animal pictures. Just check out these fabulous fall fish on the cover. And there are even more great leaf animals inside. There's also information on how leaves grow and where to find different types of leaves. And I can't wait to go home and start exploring my yard so I can create my own leaf art.
My last book is Thanking the Moon, Celebrating the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival by Grace Lin. This book explains all about the Chinese Moon Festival, a time when people gather together to celebrate the moon. Families have nighttime picnics where they eat round moon cakes, drink tea from round cups, and children can even march in parades carrying round paper lanterns. I think the Moon Festival sounds wonderful, and you can learn all about it with this book.
We hope you've fallen for these fun autumn-themed books.
Stay tuned after the break for more of the Library Show.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing you. Believe me, I'm good at it. But at some point, you're gonna need to start pushing yourself.
See, once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell them. You can't change your past, but you can definitely change your future. That makes me so happy, I'm ready to bust out a dance.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? My gentle technique isn't really working. You need something a little more
Persuasive?
yes.
You listen, and you listen good.
Hey, where's my sandwich? Terry? Terry!
Take it from me, the King DMC. It's a real cool thing to get your GED.
Get that diploma!
Now hold on and we'll find you free GED classes. Capiche?
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Hi, and welcome back to the Library Show. I'm Nicole from Schweitzer Library, and I'm with Cobb County volunteer Rhonda Weisberg and Caring Paws dog Raven. Good morning, Rhonda and Raven.
Good morning, Nicole.
Today we want to talk about the way you and Raven volunteer at the library through the Caring Paws organization.
Okay, well, first of all, Caring Paws is an animal-assisted organization. It's groups of therapy teams, can be dogs, cats, we even, I think, have a bunny. But one of our focuses, our biggest focus is working with the National Read Program, because studies have shown that kids who may not have good fluency or pronunciation, comprehension, or may even be shy in public, do so much better when they can read to an animal. It's less intimidating.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what exactly happens when a student wants to read with Raven at the library?
Well, they'll sign up for one of our 15-minute segments. They'll come in with either one of their books that they already are reading or one that the library has provided, and Raven generally will greet them and kiss them, whether they like it or not. and we'll read for about 15 minutes. And, you know, we'll always guise it if there's any kind of question about something, what something means. Raven will ask the question. I'll say something like, Raven doesn't understand the storyline, or Raven this, or Raven that. And that way the child doesn't feel like it's the adult questioning him. So it tends to really relax them to have a dog around.
Is Raven always this relaxed and sweet?
Generally, yeah, she's always sweet. She's not always this relaxed, but when I first got her, she was a rescue, and I took two of my friends, one a dog trainer and one who has a doggy daycare facility, down to Clayton County Humane Society where I got her, and we did a temperament test, and all three of us were crawling all over her, and she was just like that. And they insisted after that, she goes, you've got to get her into being a therapy dog. She's got the perfect temperament. So I waited about a year till she had regained her health and everything, and we decided to go for it.
Wow. It sounds like kids get a lot of confidence reading to her.
They do, because especially a lot of kids initially may be a little bit intimidated by a German Shepherd, and when they realize that she's very sweet and well behaved, it helps them calm down, relax, and maybe in some cases get over a fear of dogs. So,
how often do you come to the library to volunteer?
Our particular team comes twice a month. We come on Saturdays from where our first segment starts at 11:30, and our last one is scheduled at 12:45.
Wow. Well, can you tell me what you get out of volunteering at the library?
Well, you know, I'm a library person. I mean, I was raised at the library. Books have always been an important part of my life, and I'm still an avid reader, and I love Cobb, Schweitzer Library. I love this whole system, and so I get to do a lot of what I do best, being with my dog and being with kids, because I don't get to be around a lot of kids, and it's very rewarding. I just like the whole library. I like the whole feeling of being in a library.
And do you get positive feedback from parents and the children?
Generally, yes. You know, especially if they keep coming, and a lot of them do. And if they do keep coming, we have an incentive program for them. If they read a certain number of books or chapters, they get a free book.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, you said to come to read to Raven, they sign up at Schweitzer?
They do. They can call, and the children need to have some reading capability. They need to be in first grade or older. So the program is targeted toward first through maybe fourth grade, something like that. I mean, you can come if you're older, if you need to work on your skills, but that's usually our group, and we are fortunate. We have a lot of excellent readers, so we have a lot of kids that enjoy the library, which is great because it's good to see that kids still like books.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us about the Caring Paws program at Schweitzer. And of course, if any children are interested in participating in the program, we ask them to call Schweitzer Library and talk to a librarian, and we'll get them set up.
Thank you, and they need to call in advance because we book fast.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll be back.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite.
Unearth hidden passion.
Tomorrow have a good time.
Plant seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall.
Book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first little thing that helps to change a life.
People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Welcome back to the Library Show. My name is Cindy, and I've invited a guest with me today, Burr Ozenak, who is a digital services librarian for the library system, and he's our resident expert on everything having to do with ebooks, e-audiobooks, and something new and exciting, e-magazines. Welcome to the show. So I think we've seen in the last couple of years a real explosion in the use of tablets and e-readers. And I think something that folks, our viewers might not know is that the library has thousands of materials for them to utilize and download for free. So let's get started, Burr, with what kind of devices, I see you've got some of them with you today, that folks can use to download these e-audio and e-books with.
Sure. There's a wide variety of devices that people can use with the library collection. Anything from some of the simple readers, Nooks and Kindles, to some of the Kindle tablets. Any of the Apple portable devices such as iPads, and even things like the smartphones, like an iPhone, any of the Android smartphones, a wide variety of Android tablets, and even some of the MP3 players will work with the downloadable audio books as well. There's a very wide variety of devices that are supported with the library collection. Most of them just need a free app that's downloadable from the app stores for the particular device. And folks would actually be surprised that you may already own something that'll work with the library collection, and we'd be happy to help get set up with that so that you can use the free books from the library.
Wonderful. And so how would someone get started if they do have an e-reader or a tablet?
Sure. There's a lot of information available for you to get started and set up. Plus, we have a team that's dedicated for supporting the downloadable collection with the library. A couple of ways to get some information. You can always get information on the downloadable collection directly from the library's website, and that's www.cobcat.org. There's a special link on the homepage called Digital Downloads, which has links not only to the collections themselves, but to help files on the collection that will point you to the right place to download the apps, teach you how to use the apps for the devices, and get you started with the collection. People are also welcome to call directly into the library at 770-528-2320, the main library number. Let the person that answers the phone know that you've got a question about the downloadable collection, and they can get you put in touch with someone that can help resolve the issue. And we also have an email help through the email address contactus@cobcat.org, and we monitor that email all day long, and we can help via email as well.
Oh, wonderful. So are there any differences in using these types of materials as opposed to like a print book or a sound recording?
Some similarities and some differences with the regular library collection. You may be aware that the standard items in the library check out for 3 weeks for the books and audio books. The downloadable collection is very similar. The standard checkout for the downloadable books and audio books is 3 weeks. However, just like print materials, with most of the downloadable items, you can turn those back in early so that you can check out more items. One of the differences is that there's a little bit smaller limit on the number of items that you can check out at one time. You can have up to 5 items checked out on a library card for the downloadable collection. One of the nice things about downloadable books is there's no fines associated with them. So if you may have heard that,
that's a plus.
absolutely, you may have heard that there's a small fine associated if you bring back print materials late. But with the downloadable collection, because of the way the books are checked out electronically and they get an electronic license, they'll go ahead and check themselves back in at the end of the checkout period so that you don't have to worry about a fine on the account if you've forgotten about your checkout.
Oh, I like that. No fuss, no muss.
Absolutely.
And what about those e-magazines? Those are new.
We're very excited about the e-magazine collection. It's something new that we've added in 2013. We've got a little over 60 magazines available in the collection, popular titles, all types of interests, men's interests, women's interests, some health magazines, automobile magazines, cooking, you name it, there's something in there for everybody. They are just like the print copies of the magazines. They come out at the same time as the print copies of the magazines. They can be downloaded to an app on the devices. You can keep them indefinitely, open them up, view them, read them, come back and look at them later and keep them on the account. Very much like the downloadable book collection, there's an app that goes along with the downloadable magazine collection, and the app is free with the devices. We're also happy to support that collection and give you a hand if you need help getting the app set up or getting the account set up. Just feel free to contact us.
And I think I heard you say you can keep these magazines indefinitely.
Yes.
And as opposed to the ebooks.
Right. With the ebooks, they check out for the 3-week time, or you can take them back in early. The magazines, the way that account is set up, they're checked out and then moved over to an account where they stay there indefinitely, and then you can view them on your app on the device for certainly a longer period of time than just 3 weeks.
So if someone gets an e-reader or iPad and they have a little trouble, checking out books, what can they do if they need some help?
Absolutely, we can help them at any time. They can contact the library in any of the 3 ways, whether it's just getting some help after hours on the website at www.cobcat.org. The help files that are there at the digital downloads link can help troubleshoot some of the issues, provide a little bit of help if we're not available, if it's after library hours, or they can call directly into the library. Again, the number there is 770-528-2320, and let the person that answers the phone know that you're having trouble with the downloadable collection. They can get you put in contact with somebody that can help troubleshoot the issue. And also the contact us at cobcat.org email. It's monitored all day long, and we'll get back as quickly as possible with a resolution or to help troubleshoot any issue that you're having with the downloadable collection.
Great, lots of help. And I understand you also do some presentations around at the different branches on how to use your e-reader.
Absolutely. We offer a couple of different ways for training. We can certainly help in person at the libraries. If someone wants to call and make an appointment, we can help someone in person at the libraries. We have webinars that we schedule regularly. Typically they're once a month. Where we help with a certain part of the digital collection. And those are live webinars that patrons can attend while they're going on, ask questions during the webinar, or if they miss the live presentation, we archive those webinars on the website so that people can go back and get some information on the collection there. We also offer live classes at different libraries around the county at various times during the month where we'll come out and give a presentation on how to use the downloadable collection, how to use particular devices. Those presentations are given at a number of libraries in the system, and you can always find out where where those classes are being held from the main library website at cobcat.org. There's a program link, and it will show you a calendar of programming, and it'll have the announcement of when the classes are for the various e-reader classes.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much for being with us today, Burr.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
And we'll be right back in just a moment.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child. Give.
Advocate.
Volunteer. Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Library Show. To find out more about the services and events presented in this episode, go to the library website at cobcat.org or come into your local branch today. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Each year, our children are put at risk by drivers who ignore bus stop arms and warning lights. In Cobb County alone, more than 1,000 drivers ignore them every day. The Cobb Police Department and Cobb Schools have partnered with Operation Stop Arm to educate drivers about the new law to save lives.
Tragically, a young child was killed at a bus stop by a passing car in 2009.
While we were being interviewed by the news crew, a driver ran through the stop arm of the bus.
We had just installed new stop arm cameras on some of our buses and were able to hand the photo over to law enforcement. And now, with the new law, hopefully we will reduce violations of the stop arm law and have additional evidence to cite violators.
Drivers who pass a school bus with a stop arm activated can receive up to a $1,000 fine from the court and get 6 points tacked onto their driver's history. It is a serious offense.
So next time you're in a hurry and you're tempted to pass a stopped school bus,
but it would be safe to keep your distance until there's no secret that makes you smile. Reliable sources say that chicken soup has found their way out of this
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally. I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands? My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on a sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that. Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If your home was built before 1978, your kids could be at risk. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, and find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.